Okay, another Supergirl vlog already. Because as I said, I missed. Well, in case you didn't watch, last week I had a throat bug. I could not talk at all, let alone record. So now I'm doing it now, and see the vlog for the most recent episode for stuff about switching around. And I'm probably going to be a lot shorter this time because the episode isn't as fresh in my mind. So the one thing I want to stress right off the bat: Cat Grant owned that episode. A lot of my theories are right, where she is actually trying to improve Supergirl, and the J. Jonah Jameson comparison basically came to fruition because she did the right thing. People don't know what I'm talking about. J. Jonah Jameson is a supporting character in Spider-Man. He's always writing nasty articles about Spider-Man, talking about he's not a hero, he's a menace, and he buys pictures of Spider-Man from Spider-Man under the alias of Peter Parker so he can write these horrible articles. And there's a scene in the very first movie where the Green Goblin, the villain of the movie, attacks Jonah Jameson, demands to know where he gets the pictures from, and Jonah just swears, "I don't know." The kid sends him by email. So if you're unfamiliar with the character, you might have totally expected Jay Jonah to throw Peter Parker under the bus, but he doesn't. He proves he actually is a decent person underneath all that bluff and bluster. And again, Cat Grant basically came that true. She More than that, she risked her life to save Kara. And then when she finds out about Kara's parents, she's genuinely shocked and concerned. I mean, so yeah, she's still wonderfully witchy, but you can see she has a heart. And continuing from the theme of the most recent episode, you see she really does love her son. So I really love what they're doing with her character. It's really coming together nicely. Another thing I really want to make sure I talk about: Helen Slater was in this episode. And as I have mentioned, at least in my hypothetical vlog, the reason why Supergirl is one of my favorite comic book characters is because of the 1980s movie with Helen Slater in the title role. So I loved that they cast her as the Earth Mother. And today, in this episode, it proved it just wasn't just stunt casting. I believed she was a well intentioned but flawed mother. And I've certainly heard some people say that the family drama between her, Kara, and Alex was forced. I don't agree, but I see why other people would say it. And if it didn't feel forced to me, it's because all three actresses just did a wonderful job with what they were presented. And speaking of Kara's Earth parents in the casting, Dean Cain is her Earth father, and he is better known as Superman from Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, which I recently rewatched the first season of. Well, right before Man of Steel came out, I rewatched the first season. And Dean Cain is one of my favorite Supermen now. I mean, say what you want about that show, the dude is charismatic and he sells it. He nails the character. So again, just the hilarity of the stunt casting for Kara's Earth parents was fantastic. Um, but that said, the actors themselves are wonderful, and I love the flashbacks. And this is again, I want to bring up what I hammered on in my very first For Real vlog, where you can do your girl power, girls can be just as important message, but do it subtly. And again, this is where the show pulls it off. We only see Dean Cain in flashbacks, both in the pilot and this episode. And spoilers, you should hopefully know this by now. Frankly, you shouldn't be watching any vlogs if you're worried about spoilers. We find out that Dean Cain's character is dead. Kara's father is dead. every other incarnation version of that story where they find out the parent died under mysterious circumstances that I can recall, that I have personally seen, that I can remember, it had always been the mother who has died under mysterious circumstances. So they flipped it, like what the show's trying to do. They're trying to put the female in the lead and everything. But again, how many people watching the show than watching this really thought of that? I'm asking that because when my roommate watched my vlog on the pilot, and I meant that comment about Kara's mother and the judge, being the judge the criminals want revenge on, he pointed out that he didn't notice that. So it was a very good point. So yeah, I'm really good at that. But overall, I really enjoyed the flashbacks. The actress they got to play young Alex is probably related to the actress who plays adult Alex because they look scarily alike. And my throat's starting to scratch again, so. Oh, yeah, and Wynn being invited to the Danvers family Thanksgiving again kind of hits me in the feels because I have moved 2 or 3 states away from my parents and I can't make it back for every holiday. So for the last few years on Thanksgiving, I have gone to well, yeah, I call them my second family since I've moved to the town I'm in now because that's what they have been. And now, in fact, I'm doing it again this year, and I'm actually going to get to spend a few days with them because they're going to the one sister who lives a few hours away, and I don't drive. So, but yeah, that's going to be nice. I'm really looking forward to that. Um, but overall, yeah, that episode was really good, and again, I understand there were tragic real world events as to why they switched things around. But it really kind of hurt the flow of things because Helen Slater drops a drama bomb at the end, and now Supergirl and Alex don't trust Mr. Henshaw. So it took me a second to remember that when I watched the most recently aired episode, and they're acting like everything's easy peasy. But yes, I'm just again, the stunt casting in itself was wonderful, but there's a reason why she made Supergirl my favorite character, one of my favorite characters. So Helen Slater, thank you. Melissa, thank you. Mr. Dean Cain, you are one of the best Supermen to ever wear the cape. And I think that about sums it up because if no other reason, my throat is really angry at me right now. So you guys take care and happy Thanksgiving.